Pero ang jelly, paano niya kinakaya yun? Ni Gary lahat na.
You know, Gary kasi is very
Experience niya.
disciplined. You know, so he had this angioplasty in Feb 3. Sipin mo yun, 2.5 months before Pure Energy. Nakaloka. I was like, should we continue? But what if he has a heart attack? Yeah, and then it started with swollen legs, swollen feet. Swollen legs, very dangerous now, but it's just his feet that was swollen. And because I researched a lot, I said that's an indicator of congestive heart failure. So I said, go see your cardiologist. So he failed the stress test. But because he's so disciplined with his exercising, he bikes from ABS to the house in Antipolo. He does.
Ay, hanggang ngayon?
Yeah, he works out. Like when we arrived in Hong Kong, we were in Hong Kong for an event. From the airport all the way to our house in Antipolo, he biked. So before, he biked all the way to Tagaytay. I mean, so February 3, he had that, no? I mean, because I told him he had to see his cardiologist because he says, no, it's because I eat a lot of salt with my chips and stuff. Gar, you gotta see your cardiologist just in case. And so, that's what happened. Paano niya kinakayanan? Diabetes management. He has that freestyle libre. Yung dito, he just monitors it with a reader. Now, during a show, he takes his sugar level like 7 times, 5 times. Para he knows where it is. Because there have been shows where, during a show, he had a major hypoglycemia attack. He was like a zombie on stage. So it's really diabetes management, diet, religiously taking his medication, checking his sugar levels, checking his blood pressure.
Pero wala siya talagang planong magpahinga or
Don.
mas bang nangyayari pag magpapahinga siya?
If you have 20 inquiries for Gary, for example, 20, he will accept 2,
okay.
3.
So pahinga na yun.
For him, that's pahinga na, diba? You know, and many times it's because somebody's really asking talaga. So many people, you know, will say, can you do this? And I said, you're already the 4th person to call me about this booking. So that means that the person is really, kunyari, 100th birthday, 90th birthday, or
mga hindi niya matanggihan.
Oo, ang hirap tanggihan. Or tumawag si Cory Vidanes. Ang hirap-hirap din. Kasi, you know, how do you turn down? Just recently, I had to turn down some people from Department of Education because it was on the same time of Christmas special. Pero pwedeng humabol or something. Pero masyadong stressful na yun kasi sabi ng doctor, just to avoid stress, ganyan. Or for example, during Dr. Abello's Christmas party, lahat sila kumante, sina Martin, Regine, Ogie, Gary. Most of them went to Dr. Abello's. But they were not in at ABS at 9 because Gary had other schedules for ASA. So from 9 to 8 o'clock, he was in ABS working. Pagod na siya by then, di ba? Sina Martin, they were all there pa rin. They still tuloy pa rin. Pero si Gary, we tried to avoid that. We tried to lessen na yung what you call lagare.
Pero yun? Paano niya kinakaya pa yung mga 2 hours na performances?
Alam mo,
anong nangyayari sa backstage after?
Alam mo, grace of God na yun. Kahit ako, grace of God. I don't know how he does it. I really don't.
Na parang walang nangyayari sa kanya, parang wala siyang iniinda, di ba? Kung mag-perform.
Although, pag matigas ang ulo niya, like for example, if I told him, don't do this, don't do that, you know, and then he does not follow me, more often than not, napapagod siya. Kasi minsan nakakalimutan niya. Parang he wants to believe na kaya niya, but I'll tell him, hindi mo kakayanin yan. For example, April 25, he did the whole show. He was dancing, everything. And the show was still 26, 27. And I told him, Gary, you already rehearsed this. You already know the show. Mag-ano ka na lang. You know, like, mark ka na lang na, okay,
parang blocking.
Yeah. 15th, he did the show. So he technically did 3 shows. So on the 27th, he was so tired midway. He told his stylist, John Lozano, he says, please pray for me. I'm so tired. And I was watching him. I knew it. I said, he's tired. So I started praying. And my prayer is always, Lord, whatever strength I have, give it to him.
Okay.
And that's my prayer when I sing that. He looks at me like, sometimes he does this. Meaning pray. So I'm there. And I'm thinking, how can I pray? How do you pray? Then it's just, Lord, I don't have enough strength, but I'm still stronger than, because I'm just sitting here. So give him whatever strength I have left. You know. But the 27th, he was very tired. But I won't say I told you so, but I told him so. You know? Kasi I know we married him for 40 years. So I kind of like, I know when he should pace himself. Because before, how he did his training or workouts was he would play basketball.
Okay. May mga ganun.
And that, when I saw that, he could do a show 2.5 hours, walang problema when he was playing basketball. Now he plays golf, but that's not a lot of...
It's
different eh. So
physical.
he does workouts where he does the treadmill, you know, he bikes. So it's still for me a miracle. Somebody told him, the spiritual director, told him, Gary, at this point, let him do the performance for you. Because he says, I don't know if I can do it. How can I do 3 hours, at 60? And he did it. So the pastor said, you did it in April. You can still do it. And don't think that it's you who's going to do it. You just believe that you're just a vessel and the Lord will use you to lessen the load. You know?
Kasi sabi mo nga, minsan nakakalimutan yun na may mga things na hindi niya na dapat gawin. Pero...
Yeah. Ay nako, si Gary, he's really...
Pero ikaw, bilang asawa, paano mo hinahandle lahat yan?
I had to memorize Bible verses. Hindi ko kaya. Hindi ko kaya. I was making kwento nga to sina Kate kanina of randomly po. Sabi ko, they were asking questions and I said, with all the seizure moments I've seen, convulsions, seizures, maybe at least 10 to 1,000. ER.
After the concert or marami pang?
Normally jet lag.
Yeah.
Pag sa travel, that's why we're very, very careful about traveling. Like we had so many offers for Australia na maybe we could have done 8 shows. But he doesn't like already back-to-back shows unless it's 1 hour lang. That's why it's December 20 and 22. Para makapagpahinga siya on the 21st.
Pero ikaw, Angeli, kung ikaw masusunod, what do you want for, parang for Gary sa ngayon? Anong gusto mong gawin na lang ni Gary?
I'd like him to do a praise and worship album.
Yun na.
I'd like him to do more inspirational concerts. Because everybody can do
yung
pop
hindi masyadong
concerts.
physically,
Kasi when you look at his discography, when you look at his catalog of recordings, some of his biggest hits were Take Me Out of the Dark, Lead Me Lord, Shout for Joy, Gaya ng Dati, Natutulog Pa Ang Diyos, I Will Be Here, Warriors of Child. Ang dami noon na naging hit, Ililigtas Ka Niya,
Yes.
Huwag Ka Nang Umiyak. These are inspirational songs. But the ones he's written, like Take Me Out, hands down, Could You Be Messiah, which he wrote with Freddie Santos. That's one concert. That's why he was saying that's what he wants to do. He did it in the States. He called it Inspired, and people loved it. So if you ask me, I'd love to see him do more inspirational concerts. Sing songs that he rarely sings, like Break Me. Break Me was a song he wrote. And that was in 2005, the year Belia Tan died. 20 minutes before she died, he presented the song. That was the last song she ever heard. Break Me. And it's like, break me and take me. And then, and if there's no other way to go ahead and break me, then remake me. Parang, such a beautiful song, but it's like, okay, Bella, you're gonna die, but you're gonna be in heaven made whole, diba? Ironically, after he presented it to her, she hugged him, said thank you, hugged me, said thank you. And in about 10, 15 minutes, she was gone. You know, and then that same year, a few months later, April, May, June, July, 3 months later, he almost died in Pasadena naman.
What about movies for Gary?
I've always wanted him to do
Kasi
movies.
syempre, at least ang movies, hindi masyadong...
You know, when he was doing movies, he did 14, I think, already. He was already being asked, can you do bed scenes?
Okay.
No, I mean, that's the reality, di ba?
Noon kasi siya.
Di ba dati ganon?
Tsaka kita mo na itsura ni Gary nung bata-bata, di ba?
So they said, can you do bed scenes? And, you know, he didn't want to think about it. He didn't want to argue. You know, like when he did I Doobie Doobie Doo, the Apple movie. Chris Martinez wanted him to do a kissing scene with Shasha. But he was thinking, why will I kiss Shasha? She's like my sister. Parang nasa-scandalize siya. You know, and he said no. And then yung kay Kris Aquino, ano ba yun? Sino ba yun? Danny siya? Sino ba yun? Pangarap. And I forgot the title.
Oo, naalala ko.
Basta, kunyari daw he was gonna kiss Kris Aquino, pero they agreed with the director. I think it was, I'm not sure if it was Danny since. I don't think it was him.
Oo, parang hindi naman nagdani siya. Kasi...
No, nagdani siya.
Si Kris?
Si Gary. God, senior moment. But anyway, hindi nagka-cut yung director.
So...
And professionally, you're not supposed... He cut himself. He just cut. He want to kiss Kris, not because it's Kris, he just didn't want to do a kissing scene. So he said, why do I have to do movies if they're going to force me to do scenes that I don't want? I'd rather control the stage, control my concerts. I can sing what I want to sing. You know.
So ngayon walang plano or anything?